Do you want your bonnet to lift up as easily and effortlessly as that, and to stay up without that pesky bonnet strut? Stick around and I'll show you how you can do it with a Spiker Engineering gas strut kit. Alright, so I just got this bonnet strut kit in from Spiker Engineering over in the United States. It's a pretty good little kit. Comes with your 2 gas struts and all the hardware to install it. And what I like about this kit is there is zero drilling into your car whatsoever. Uses existing bolt holes. So let's get stuck in and install this bonnet gas strut kit. Alright, so to start with, we're going to remove the bolt out of this rear bonnet bump stop on both sides. That's where the base plate's going to mount to, using the existing bolt hole from this bolt here, and then we're also going to use this hole with a supplied bolt and nut on both sides. So we'll do that now. Alright, so the bottom plates that they give you, one bolt goes into the existing bolt hole where we just removed the 10mm from. And there's a nut welded in place for that one, so it makes this one a lot easier. Get that one started, but we just leave that loose for now. And do the same for the other side. Right, now for the back hole, we're going to use another supplied bolt, and this time they've supplied some nuts as well, which we're going to put underneath. Alright, so this one's going to be a little bit tricky just because there's not a lot of room there. So we can either undo one of those bolts and move that out of the way slightly, or we can just try and get our fingers in there. See how we go. So just by turning that on a 45 should give us plenty of room to get our fingers under there and get this nut in place. There we go. Okay, so now they're both in, we can tighten them down. Alright, they're nice and secure. Alright, now for the top mount, we're going to go not this furthest towards the windshield slot, but the next one forward. Slide this in. To that hole. And that plate and the washers become like a a sandwich sort of deal, holding it in there, clamping it in there, and then we take this back bolt and washer and thread that into the back plate. And we just want to do this up loosely for now, so we've got forward and back movement to get our positioning right. But that's that one sitting in there. You can see how the washers and that backing plate just create a clamp action, and that's on not the furthest slot but the next one forward. Alright, so sliding the back of the plate into the hole, and then using the second bolt and washer, screw that into the rear hole. A little bit tricky. I'm just going to screw those down until they just start to clamp. So we've still got a bit of movement. Should be fine. So it says to push down on these until nearly fully compressed and then release them. To do that a couple of times. That helps to just remove that initial tension. Okay, so the next part of the instruction says to slide the ball joint up until it's resting against the front of the slot as far as it'll go. Center it as best you can, but it's not critical, and then tighten them up snug. Don't have to be over tight, just snug. So give them a good, this back one a good nip up with the Allen key, and then this one will be the 10mm spanner. Just snug. And now we repeat for the other side. So all the way up the front, centered as best we can, snug it down. That's about center on the back one. Snug. Snug. Alright, now we'll push the rod end of the gas strut. So the rod end of the gas strut onto the bottom ball joint, like so. Same for the other side. Rod end onto the bottom ball joint. Beautiful. Now we can put the top onto the top one, and for this we may need to remove the hood strut so we can lift the bonnet up far enough. And same for the other side. Just lift the bonnet up until we can push that top on. For this one I'm going to have to remove the bonnet strut. Done. That bonnet is up now by the gas struts. Alright, so now we can fully remove the bonnet strut. Gently close the bonnet, keeping an eye on the struts just to make sure there's no clearance issues. It's looking good so far. Closes no problem at all. Let's see how it opens. Absolutely beautiful. No more dicky bonnet strut. Plenty of room to work. That's just awesome. They're not too strong. Perfect pressure. Job done. Alright, so there you have it, the Spiker Engineering gas strut, the bonnet gas strut installation. I don't know why, I don't know what it is about it, but it just looks tough. For some reason, the old 4Runner looks a lot tougher with the gas struts than it does with the old dicky bonnet brace. And the best part about it, and the most important factor when doing a gas strut conversion, is single hand operation when your hand or your other hand is otherwise preoccupied. Love it. Highly recommend this kit.